Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in and welcome back to our episode of Real Talk with Real Recruiters. I am Kristen, I am your host for the series, and I am also our talent acquisition specialist here at Burlington.
I'm Emily. Nice to see everyone again. I'm one of our corporate recruiters here at Burlington. And with us today, we have our compensation benefits and HRIS team. So guys, why don't you start it off and tell us a little bit about yourself and maybe a little fun fact about you. Cindy?
Hi, I'm Cindy Sierri. I am the benefit manager here at Burlington. I've been with the company about 9 months now, so I'm kind of the newbie on our team. And a little fun fact for myself is I have 2 adopted dogs that we adopted out of our local county shelter.
Oh, nice. What kind of dogs are they?
2 Rottweilers.
Oh, I just adopted a dog myself. He's a miniature pinscher and a dachshund, so kind of a Rottweiler feel.
Looks like it, just much smaller.
Much smaller.
Awesome. Jeff?
My name is Jeff Liano. I'm the manager of compensation here at Burlington. I've been with Burlington just under 5 years. And fun fact about me has nothing to do with animals. I've never climbed a tree, but I have jumped out of an airplane.
Oh
Wow.
gosh.
What was that like?
Fun.
Fun?
Best rush you ever get.
Would you do it again?
Absolutely.
Oh, no.
Not
Very
me.
cool. Very cool. And Arch?
Hi, I'm Arch Jamison, the HRIS manager here at Burlington. I've been here just over 10 years, so I guess that makes me the old hand on the team. And an interesting fact, I don't know how fun it is about me, is that you can tell the day of the week by the outfit that I am wearing.
All right, so what's like a Tuesday look like in your closet?
Tuesday would be a light blue button-down shirt with khakis.
Oh, very nice.
You mean today's not Friday?
Unfortunately not.
All right, well, thank you guys for introducing yourselves. So, before we get into some questions for the team, what roles do you recruit for? Do you mind talking a little bit more about, kind of what you do for these teams?
Sure. So I work with this team on any of their hiring needs that we have. So I would say good analytical skills and analyst level roles are something that we always look for in both of these teams. We have some great entry level roles from an administrator standpoint, coordinators that we have joined our teams in HRIS, benefits, as well as compensation. And then all of our teams, like these individuals, are managers and above. So we really do hire at all levels within these teams, and there's a lot of great opportunities to grow and kind of navigate back and forth between them.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like it. All right, Cindy, you're up first.
Okay.
So, as a member of our team, what are some of your favorite things about working, or what is it like to work here at Burlington?
Well, I'm the newbie, but I find it to be very interesting. It is challenging at times, but also very fun. I do find that for our leadership team, they are very supportive along with my colleagues. And with that leadership team and my colleagues being supportive, I find that myself, our team, and the company as a whole is very successful as a result of it. And the company is also very innovative. So that also makes it very interesting to be here.
Definitely. What about you guys? What are some things that you like about Burlington?
I was going to say, all the teams are very collaborative, especially within the compensation, HRIS, and benefits team. We work hand in hand every day, and it's definitely a very collaborative and a team effort. So it's really great to be supported, and feels good to be able to help out your coworkers as well. So.
For me personally, I think it's an exciting time to work for Burlington. I think one of the things is we're constantly growing. You see it all around us. And just because you come in as a certain level doesn't mean there's no opportunities for you to grow. You have an ability to create your own career path here. That's one of the most exciting things I can find in the company.
Definitely. Absolutely.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. So to help our viewers learn a little bit about Burlington, a little bit about your departments, if you could each talk to us a little bit about what a typical day is like for you and maybe a project that you're working on right now.
Okay, so a typical day for someone in compensation, that's interesting. There's no really day that's alike on both. So one day we can be working on systems and streamlining our processes. Another day we can be working on analysis to help our associates and build programs throughout the company. Currently, we're leveraging our HRIS system to help streamline Workday. It's our HRIS system, sorry, to streamline a lot of our individual processes, take away from the manual effort, and to actually leverage what we have.
Yeah, I mean, with HRIS, it's very much the same. There is no standard day. You may come in with grand plans to get something done, and it all goes to naught because there's something pops up, an emergency or just a very high priority item that you have to work on. Some days you may be heads down testing all day or in meetings one day. It's very dynamic and very different. I think that's very interesting. If I was in a role where you came in and did the same thing every day, I'd get very bored very quickly. But there's certainly no boring days in
Definitely.
our world.
No. And with benefits, within Burlington, we keep our administration of the benefits within house, so that's different for compared to some other companies. So we're very busy. We do a lot of communications with our associates, the managers, and the leaders. And we work a lot because the administration is done within our Workday system, where that's what we use to send the eligibility and enrollment over to our vendors. So we work a lot within Workday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The other thing I would say about the individual days, I'm always learning. There's always something new to learn, and I can learn from HRIS, I can learn from benefits, I can learn from our corporate HR partners. That's a typical day for comp also.
Great. So it sounds like you guys have a lot on your plates. You're very busy, but a lot of interesting projects that you're working on.
Yeah.
Yep.
For the benefits team, we're just gearing up right now for open enrollment.
Right.
So there's a lot that goes on. That's our big thing, our big season that happens in
Busy
October for the
season.
next year. So we're getting ready for that.
HRIS is working closely with the learning department, looking at what the next steps are for our learning management system, whether we stay with a current vendor, move to a new vendor. So over the past couple of years, we've been averaging about one system implementation a year. So we've been very, very busy, but it's definitely exciting and rewarding work.
Yeah, I mean, I think that goes to your point about how innovative Burlington is. Listen to all these projects. There's always something going on. We're learning something new. So great. So Jeff, if you had to pick one day, what would you say is your favorite day at Burlington?
One day out of 365, huh?
It's tough.
I would probably say the holiday flair day.
Okay.
I think the camaraderie across our HR department, we get to have fun. We work hard throughout the year, and we get to have fun. And what everybody comes in on a holiday flair day is they come up with the most tacky sweater they can probably, not me. I wear the tackiest suit I can find, and not to brag or anything, I'm a 2-time champion.
He is.
Yes.
Well, that day's really fun too because we also bring in everyone's traditions, right? So a lot of people will do a lot of really great baking and cooking, and I think everyone would agree that our HR department really likes to eat. Everything's around food. So
Absolutely.
it's always a really fun day to see what everyone's family traditions are around the holidays and to just take time away from the desk and get to chit-chat with everyone about holiday plans.
Yeah. And I think for myself, I really wouldn't kind of say, like, what's my favorite day. I kind of want to focus more of what I really like to do or how I really like working here at Burlington. I think you can always say that you have an employer that looks at the community, does, the community events and contributions and things like that. But I don't think I've ever felt it or seen it the way that I do here at Burlington. We have a lot of community involvement. Some of the things that we do, and that's fun, that we find that a lot of the associates like is the sample sales. The sample sales is raising funds towards organizations like LLS, which is the Leukemia Lymphoma Society.
Nice job.
Thanks, I know.
Tongue twister.
And then also for our new Associate Assistance Fund, so the fund that's been set up for our associates for natural disasters, if they have, where their home is being impacted by it. And then some of the things that kind of touched me a little bit, well, not quite touched me so much, but personally, in the sense that my sons have moved out of the school already because they're older, is that the partnership that we have with the it just slipped. Yeah, Adopt a Classroom. Sorry, that slipped my mind. With the Adopt a Classroom. So, with partnership with that, for the stores and the community that they're within, they're contributing to the local school districts. So, it was good to see that, an elementary school that my son had gone to received, some funds from the Adopt a program because of the partnership with Burlington. So that was nice to see that you're seeing it actually personally impacting you in some way. So I like to say that's really what I like about Burlington.
Yeah, I mean, it's been very interesting to see over my 10 years at Burlington how we've evolved, with the social responsibility aspect where, we've pretty much always been involved with the LLS while I've been here, but now we've branched out to be involved with, Women's Heart Health and the Warm Hearts, Warm Coats drive.
Yeah.
We do additional smaller drives for, I think, Fill Abundance around Thanksgiving and the veterans and stuff like that. But the one thing I think was really cool last year is the introduction of the, now my mind's going blank on it, the Day of Giving, where we actually get to go out into the community and volunteer at various things. There was, I think, 30-some events last year for the corporate office, and the different departments went everywhere from Habitat to Humanity. We went to help out at a not horse farm, but an equestrian center, rehabilitative equestrian center. So there's just a lot of opportunity, but it was really, really good to actually get out into the community and see and interact with them rather than just bringing in some food cans or a coat or something like that. So it's been an interesting journey.
I think within HR you actually see firsthand. A lot of our drives that we do individually. So we do the adopt a pets for our local animal shelter, even personal drives that one of our associates would have. Like me personally, I run the Toys for Tots drive, and a lot of our associates within HR help contribute to that. I think we're a caring company across. It's not just the company as a whole, but individually in our departments. Whoever you work with, it really resonates that way.
Definitely, and I feel like you see it between our associates and then our outside reach into the community. So it's just, cross-cultural in our company.
Well, thanks for sharing all of that. What I wanted to touch on a little bit for you is I'd love to hear a little bit about when it comes to talent on your teams. What do you think will make someone successful if they were to join one of your teams at Burlington? Arch, do you want to start it off?
Sure. For the HRIS team, and I think within the entire compensation benefits and HRIS team, a very analytic or logical mindset is very important. If you've done well in the maths and sciences and that type of coursework in your education, I think you do really well because we do a lot of stuff with system setups, as I mentioned earlier, implementing systems every year, running open enrollment, our annual performance processes, things like that, to doing analyses, for wage analysis for the compensation team. Things like that. There's a lot of logical work, so I think that's a really important factor. Second thing is, I'd say, the ability to translate. Like I said earlier, our area is very dynamic, so we might be one day working with people out in the stores, next day the IT team, internal HR partners in merchandising, loss prevention, all facets of the company. And those people tend to speak very different languages. So a lot of times we're the intermediaries that have to kind of bring all those parties together, take requirements from both sides, make sure one side understands the other. So you really have to be able to talk at all kinds of levels, technical levels, functional levels. Thirdly, I'd say is the ability to change gears quickly because, like we said, very dynamic. So you may be working on one thing and then you have a request from the CEO or the an HR executive that we need immediately. So you have to be able to shift from what you're doing to something else, and then back again. So you really have to be flexible. But it, like we said earlier, it's very fun and makes it very interesting.
You want to go or you want me to go?
I can. One thing I would add, being in the benefits department, because we do the administration in-house, is we have a lot of communication with our associates, along with our leaders and the HR teams. So communication skills is very big for our department also, in addition to what Arch has already gone over, because we do work a lot within our workday system.
Right.
I would agree with both of their statements. What I would add is probably two different qualities. One is I would also, especially someone who's great with Excel. Obviously, we use Excel every day, almost every minute of our day. So you have to know Excel to be successful in this department. And the second thing is I would like someone who's creative. So as Arch said, we have to be flexible and we have to communicate with various levels, various departments throughout the company. You also can't take everything as black and white. There is things you have to develop the solution on your own and be able to, for lack of a better term, think outside the box.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, thank you guys. That was a lot of really helpful information. I think not just about your departments, but about Burlington in whole. So I want to thank our special guest today, and I want to thank Emily, my co-host.
No problem.
So if you guys liked what you heard and you're interested in learning more, check out our career website, burlingtonstores.jobs, or drop us a line in this video, and stay tuned for our next episode of Real Talk with Real Recruiters, which will be airing later this month. Thank you again.